beautiful people. We are live. We are live on day number 9 of our Behind the Mic talk series with none other than your queen. So excited to be here on Monday. Happy Monday, y'all. Hope everybody is doing well and safe and feeling good and putting positive energy on this new week coming in. Third week of December, right? Yes. Third week of December. Today we bring you Nia and Kuumba, purpose and creativity. So those of you who are just joining in, thank you for being here. Please share this out. This great conversation we're about to have with your family and friends. We're talking Kwanzaa and your queens. What we do is we teach about African royalty through storytelling, song, and dance. Yes, you heard that right. We literally dress up like ancient African queens, like Queen Amina, Goddess Isis, Queen Nefertiti, Nanaya Asantewa, and you can book us for birthday parties, daycare centers, school presentations. We are here for you. We've even done weddings. Yes. So during COVID, we decided to go on our social media platform. We started using, of course, our YouTube and our Instagram and Facebook, and now we're taking it live and streaming on our YouTube and Facebook pages. But without further ado, I would like to introduce my amazing panel of queens and our special guests. Where y'all at? Hey, what's up? Good to have. How you guys doing? How's your Monday? Real quick, real brief. How's your Monday going?
It's going good. Good. I was telling Miss Eki this morning, I don't know if there's any other teachers out there that were freaking out, but Google shut down and it felt like the world was on fire. But it got together, so we're good. It's been a good Monday so far.
Excellent. So happy to hear. So you guys know Shannon Nia Alomar. She's been part of Your Queens almost since the very beginning, and as well has been on almost each panel, just having an amazing conversation. Like we're talking daily on here. And so Shannon's been around Your Queens for over 5 years, and she does a lot of amazing things in her personal life and in Your Queens. So I want her to just introduce herself really quickly.
Well, hello again, beautiful people. Happy Monday. It is so good to be with you all. As always, I feel like we're all family now. Like we just come, we chat, we chew. I got a little protein shake with ice, I'm ready. So yeah, my name is Shannon Alomar. I've been with Your Queens for quite some time now, and I serve as our web mistress as well as an advisor on our board of directors, and I embody the beautiful and lovely Queen Nefertiti. So yeah, I just love being a part of the team. And in my professional life, as if you didn't notice already, I'm a teacher. I teach kindergarten, first and second grade science at a charter school in the Bronx. And yeah, that's pretty much me.
Yes. Good to have you again on this Monday. And next up, we have my other beautiful dear sister, Angie. Peace and blessings. How was your day, boo? And let the audience know about you.
My day was amazing. It was a day of rest. That's what I'm going to call it. I rested today. Hi, everyone. Happy Monday to all you beautiful beings out here on this beautiful earth. My name is Anjanae, but everybody calls me Angie, and I am a part of Your Queens Incorporated. I embody Queen Cleopatra, and I am the social media manager for Your Queens Incorporated. I serve on the board of directors as an advisor as well, and my professional life consists of me working in the footwear industry. I work for Foot Locker Incorporated, and I am a merchandiser. So all the grand old stuff that you see in our stores comes from myself and my team, specifically on kids. So I work in the kids, so I get to deal with kids. And fun fact is I just became a mom. So the fact that I work in kids and I just became a mom is so happy, because I'm like telling them that he needs to be in the commercial for the littles. I'm like, I have my son. I was like, I finally have it. I have sneakers. I have everything. Just let me shoot the shot. Let me shoot my shot. Can my son get a career, please? I already signed him up for Carter's. I was like, I need this. So that's a little bit about me. But thanks again for having me on this platform.
Of course. It's going to happen. Can't wait. You already know. Next up, we have my beautiful, beautiful She's assistant, but dear friend, dear sister to me. Brooklyn Honjo say congratulations. Peace, brother. Good to have you here. Hope you had a great day. Mickey, I've known her forever. She can tell you more about who she is. Go ahead, Mickey.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. Like Miss Eki stated, I am Mickey. My first name is McCoy Von Mills. I am a teacher here in Mississippi, going on my 5th year. I have been a part of the team for since its interception now, and I have known Miss Eki since I was in high school. She was my dance teacher, and we just been rocking out ever since. She really is a blessing to me, and I'm very grateful to have her in my life as well as your queens. Heaven only knows my mentality would be much different if I didn't have positive role models and outlooks on life around me. So that's my spiel.
Mickey, we love you. You already know. Yeah, this real talk, your queens, and you guys have been checking in with us has been such a personal, life-changing experience. It's like sometimes you have this idea for anybody who has a goal and dream to follow. Like, go with it. Trust the process, even if sometimes you don't know where it's coming from, and just hearing Mickey talk, who's been around since Eki's famous, and to see where we are now and how it's been. Yes, you want to touch the world, but it's been like a personal transformation for me and for a lot of our members. Thank you, Mickey. So next up, I've known this young king, for many, many years. I don't know what year we met. E2, maybe you know more than me. Maybe I want to say maybe 2005 or something like that. So it's definitely been over 15 years when I did a lot of wardrobe styling, but just always been in fashion and modeling and dance. We got to do some projects together. He's also my frat brother, Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. And I want to give a brief bio about E2, and then he'll share himself. Celebrity footwear and accessories designer, creative director of Harlem World Magazine, and founder of Soulville Foundation. I would love to introduce you all to my dear friend and brother, King E2 Evans. So great to have you. Mm-hmm. Could you hear us? We'll work it out. All right, we're having slight technical difficulties. Y'all know how it goes. We're being on live at times, and I know that E2 will get to come in and share with us. Again, if you guys are tuning in, welcome. My name is Ekiwa Asamoto. I'm here with my queens. Yes, and today's topic is Nia and Kuumba. So let me tell you a little bit about Nia and Kuumba. And for those of you who are here probably learning about Kwanzaa for the first time or may not really know too much about Kwanzaa, Kwanzaa is an African-American and Pan-African holiday which celebrates family, community, and culture. It was created in 1966 by Dr. Malana Karanga, a professor of Africana Studies. Kwanzaa is a 7-day cultural festival beginning December 26th and ends on January 1st. And it joins communitarian values, practices of continental African and African American cultures. So with the two topics that we are focusing on today is Nia and Kuumba. If y'all know what Nia and Kuumba is, drop it in the comments. Nia and Kuumba. Nia means to make our collective vocation, the building and developing of community in order to restore our people to their traditional greatness. I love the end of that part. It just speaks to my soul, the traditional greatness. So that can come from so many different levels. I'm so excited to hear from my queens and king of what Nia and Kuumba, how it reflects and means to them. So Kuumba, Kwanzaa's definition is to do always as much as we can in the way we can in order to leave our community more beautiful and beneficial than we inherited it. Yes, yes. So I want to jump into the first question. You ladies all right with that? Yes, yes, yes. Maybe you could do a mic check with with King E2 real quick. Can you hear us? 1, 2, 3.
I can hear you.
Go right here. You have the floor.
What am I saying? I didn't hear the question.
Oh, you're just introducing yourself.
What am I saying? The question?
No, so you're just
Okay,
introducing
great.
yourself. Yes.
Well, thanks, Queen, for having me. I want to acknowledge the Royal Kingdom. Well, thank you for the opportunity, Queen Eki, first and foremost. Also to the lovely ladies and the rest of the Royal Kingdom that's watching. I'm E2 Evans, celebrity footwear designer, also the creative director of Harlem World Magazine. I consider myself a lifestyle architect. I'm committed to being a catalyst for change in my community, and I always deem it a pleasure to be in the company of beautiful queens.
All the love, all the love. We appreciate having you, E2. So, y'all, guess what? We're going to jump right into the first question. I love Nia and Kuumba. They're so simple words, but it just means so much. You know what I mean? So, I'm excited to hear you guys' perspective. Our first question: what do you believe, or what do you know? So, some of us know, or it's a journey, your life's purpose is. What do you believe, or what do you know your life's purpose is? Trying to see who can I feel out to want to go first. Angie! Go for it. Go for it.
I'm you. Am I you? Okay. So, oh my God, I was just thinking about this today. So I feel like I'm on a journey, but I think the first part of my life purpose, if I'm coming into it, is for me to become a mom. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody, but I think that's the first part of my journey. Growing up, I always embodied. Growing up, I struggled with a lot of self insecurity and so on and so forth, and I just knew that once I had a child that I would be able to become a different person than what I was, and having my son has turned me into a completely different individual than what I used to be. It's now he is the embodiment of everything that I wanted in this gift that has been given to me. So I mean, I think that's the first part of my purpose. And then I think the second part of my purpose is to give back to my community and to learn more about my roots. I feel like within the past 3 or 4 years, joining your Queens and being able to study about African literature, African artists, African architects, things that I necessarily weren't exposed to in the community that I live in, more so the schools that I went to. I didn't have that background to do so, but within the last 4 to 5 years, I've had that opportunity to study that. And I feel that it's my purpose to bring that back to my community and those who are less fortunate enough to not have the abilities to go to the places that I've traveled and do the things that I've done, and give them the opportunity to understand that we come from greatness and we are great despite the trials and tribulations that we go through. So the fact that I have that opportunity to bring that to the community that I live in is something that I think is my purpose. And I think the last thing that I think my purpose is to be the agent of change within my generation. I feel that it took one person like for instance Dr. Martin Luther King to start a change, but the movement continued after the fact that his legacy, after the fact of his passing, and he still had a legacy. So I think that how I envision it, the people that I touch around me, is I'm supposed to be the agent of change, where I'll start something and I encourage people after me or people who are around me in my circle to continue that change agent, whether it be family, whether it be relationship, whether it be friends, whether it be career paths, it be anything of that nature. Just the fact that if you see something wrong and you feel like it needs to be changed, the fact that you have a voice to change it. So those are the three things that I see out my life purpose.
I love that. Yeah, right. Snap, snaps. I love that. It's very powerful. Something I'm hearing you say, number one, that can be anyone's journey. You say being a mom, being a agent for change, giving back to the community. But you even said with your son, it's the gift, right? So following your
Absolutely.
passion, yeah, following your path, and the gift could be anything. But for you
Absolutely.
see very clear. Oh, I got chills on that. Very clear
Yeah.
your gift.
I see it just
Wow.
because of, since the audience doesn't know, like my family structure wasn't the best, growing up. My mom was definitely an inspiration, but at the same time, she dealt with some stuff going on. So the fact that like this person, this being who's so innocent comes into the world and this changes your whole outlook on life in terms of,
Oh, wow.
like being sad and being upset about things. It's just it's a lot. Like, we're in COVID right now and so many people are dying, but I'm smiling every day because of the fact that I look at this person and I have the opportunity to enhance this person and give this person an opportunity to do what he wants to do as he gets older. And that's my gift to the world. So that's how I view it.
And listen, you already know, like, he can be the next, or he's going to be. That's the blessing right there. I love it.
He's gonna be number what year? 58th
Oh,
president.
you, there
Yeah.
you go.
Ooh, we putting that in the
Oh,
atmosphere.
in the atmosphere. Listen, anything, it's all done. I've got a comment saying that we lit. We appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting Your Queens, the first ancient African royalty entertainment company to teach about African royalty through storytelling, song, and dance. We are yourqueens.com. Brooklyn Honcho say that's what we're lacking, and I pray that we regain. Yeah, strong Black people leading it. Yeah, this is why we're doing this, Brooklyn Honcho. This is exactly why, even like, I'm talking to Brooklyn Honcho and everybody that's on here, even like how Angie is saying, as you're talking, right? I'm like, yes, Brooklyn Honcho. As you're talking, I hear the confidence in your voice. I hear the power in your voice. I hear the affirmation, real talk. And you know how I am. So I'm looking at you and I'm like always like projecting, ooh, 5 years from now, that is going to look like this for her because she spoke it out and she like, God's about to blow your mind.
Wait, hold on. Let me speak it out one more time. God, can I get $1 million, please? Because I got to buy this house. I got a little dream. So let me put that, because my affirmation board has all of that other stuff, but it don't got, I need $1 million. So let me put that out there. So speak that into existence, Miss Eki, please. Please, Jesus.
I'm laughing. I know my laugh is mad loud. You have me cracking up. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let me focus. Yourqueens.com. It's already done. It's already out there. I appreciate you. We are talking Nia and Kuumba, creativity and purpose. And next up, I would love Queen Shannon. What do you believe, or what do you know your life's purpose is? I'm so ready for this. Let's go. Hit me with it.
I'm like, oh goodness, can I deliver? So when I was listening to Angie, and I feel like this is always all of our startups, like as I was listening to the other people on the panel, but my mind was going everywhere with this question. Like it was going to all different aspects of my life, like faith and career and family and all these different things that tie into each other. And I think one thing that I remember, I was reading a devotional book one time, and the author in the book was saying that a lot of times we put such a grand focus on this one big purpose. And for years, that was something that I was doing. And I remember my mom would always tell me, like, Shannon, it's okay to not know what your purpose is. It's okay to not have it all figured out. You're going to get bits and pieces as you go on in your life, you know, as you continue to experience different things, you're going to see those things come together for whatever it is. And in the devotional that I was reading, she also went on to say that we have multiple purposes in life. And that's why, Angie, I love that you brought attention to all of these different things, because our purpose doesn't always fit in a neat box. So for me, in this present moment on December 14th in 2020, I feel like my purpose definitely lies in empowering youth. That was something that I always felt even before going into education. It was something that I've always loved. It's always ignited me and like given me passion. And earlier today, I actually changed my Instagram bio again to put faith, purpose, passion. And that's something that I said when I was competing at the Miss Black USA pageant. I said in my bio, if you don't do it with faith, purpose, and passion, don't do it at all. And that's kind of like the the road that I'm on right now. So to answer your question, because we all know family who has come back every time we're talking, you know that I could be very long-winded, but it's the storyteller in me. But right now, I definitely think my passion is aligned with my purpose is aligned with empowering the youth. I
Yes.
also really have been feeling this calling to tap into one of my passions that I've put on the back burner for years, which is writing. And not only just writing, you know, papers and stuff, but like writing creatively with stories that help to amplify different mindsets that we haven't seen before. There's been a book in my heart and on my spirit for years. Ever since I was a little girl, this book has been on my spirit. And
Wow.
I've literally pushed it aside. And I think that God gave me that storyteller purpose. I have it in me. Like, I love to tell stories. I love to hear other people's stories. That's why for such a long time I thought I was meant to be a journalist. And that's why I went into journalism, to be able to tell those stories. But now I'm realizing that it's still there. It's just cultivating into a different way. So my purposes are aligned with empowerment. They're surrounding the youth, and it's surrounding storytelling. And not only telling my own stories, but telling others' stories as well. So I'm hoping as we lead into 2021, God gives me more provision on what those things are, discernment. I know that comes with me spending more time with him and like really laying at his feet. But one last thing that I'm going to say is that this weekend was my church's 3-year anniversary. And my pastor said something that really knocked me off my feet. It was a lot of things said this weekend that knocked me off my feet. Laying on my floor at a virtual service, like on the floor, passed out, laid out. But something he used was juggling. Because someone asked him a question about how does he handle all of these different things. And just while we were talking, thinking about purposes and having different purposes, he said when you're juggling, if you notice, you're never touching all of the balls at the same time. They're kind of all working in tandem in this rhythm. You see them working in this rhythm and in this flow, but they're never touching your hand at the same time. So in my mind, so speaking about purpose, I just think about that idea where all of these things are kind of going around and around and around, but they're moving in a rhythm together. They're flowing in a cycle together. So you know, it's definitely that idea of that we have different purposes. And maybe in the end, I can see what the big purpose was, or like as I continue to connect to that, I'll see what it is. But we all have these multiple things that we're juggling, the purposes that we're juggling, that we're trying to put on to the forefront to fulfill our task or whatever it is that we were brought here to do. Because we woke up this morning, we're breathing. So there's a reason why we're still here. So that's why I think about purpose. I didn't mean to preach.
You gave us a quick sermon, and we're here for it. This is the
I gotta,
network for it.
I gotta
I'm
pass
here
it
for it.
on. Listen, this weekend was something else at my church, so I just gotta.
Yeah, I was right there listening to the word. So thank you for sending that over. Wow. 3 things I got from you, like you, faith, purpose, passion. I already always feel like you're someone that's already so. I was able to connect with everything you just said. Everything made 100%. Just the journey, and you're on a journey, and you know that. You see it. But like I'm always gonna say from when I first met you, I'm like, God is about to blow. Like, you think where you are now, God is about to blow your mind. But I also like hearing you speak. It's so funny. I have a button right here. Like Maya is her energy is up in the space at this moment as we're talking about purpose and creativity.
Oh
So
my
I'm
God,
here.
you know I love my
Yes,
energy.
she is right here next to us, and with this you're meant to use your word for writing the book for whatever that is. You know what I mean? And I think about with Maya's story. She went through her issues growing up, and she was mute for like, don't quote me, was it 9 years or so, a number of years, and then she was able to read so much poetry and books from all over in her house, and then all this came out. So it's just trusting, like she didn't know at that age that now she's legendary. The whole world knows of Maya Angelou. So thank you, Queen. Shannon Nia Alamar. I gotta say the whole name, you already know.
Right. I didn't even, normally I start there, but my middle name literally means purpose
Purpose.
in Swahili. So that's why I'm always operating in that purpose mindset. And that's why I've put so much pressure on what is my purpose? It's literally in my name, but I'm learning. It's a process, it's a journey, it's pieces that come together for a
Yes.
whole.
You better work. Next up, I would love to have our special guest, E2 Evans, to talk about purpose. The question again is, what do you believe or know your life's purpose is?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I believe my purpose is to prophetically uplift my family, community, friends. And that is done by unraveling my creative, spiritual, and academic gifts. I believe part of my purpose is to heal, to teach, and make generate curses. I also believe that purpose has mileage. You can start your purpose just like a butterfly. It's unrecognizable to most people who are around you unless they have the spiritual foresight to see what you're called to be in your destiny. So many people are walking around and people think that they're not in their purpose because they are moving on a lower frequency as a caterpillar, not realizing that they are of a spiritual higher hierarchy to actually take wings and take shape and move on, dance on the air. Also, you mentioned Maya, and when you mentioned Maya, I thought about Malcolm X. If we were to stop and look into their lives at an earlier point as they matured, we would have found a woman who was in a brothel and probably looked down on that, not knowing that that experience caused her to dig deeper emotionally and to emote with words that would change society. If we would take a closer look at Malcolm, we would have found a guy who was a hustler and a wife beater, then become the champion of civil rights. I also believe that purpose has called.
Wow.
The devil is a
I know.
liar. Like, why?
He's like everything he's saying right now. I wish you all were able to. Could y'all catch it? I know that I'm here to love, laugh, procreate. Anything else is an added bonus. Yes,
Amen.
yes, Brooklyn Han. He was dropping some gems.
Gem.
Hi, Queen Mother.
Gem.
Thank you for being here. I'll talk to you in a few. Wow, I heard a lot. His purpose is to heal, to teach, to break generational curses. He even talked about being from a lot of people don't know who their purpose is. Right?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know who their purpose is, or they don't think they know it, but they're already kind of like walking. So, Issa, I'm just reiterating what you shared. You said a lot, but and the connection is in and out. So I'm gonna proceed.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really hard. But if you're here and mute yourself and you want to write in the comments, because a lot of things you said, I want to be able to have our audience hear that. If you can hear me, write it in the comments because the connection is really bad. It's going in and out. Things happen. Devil's a liar, but we're gonna keep it
A
flowing.
liar.
You know what I mean? But I
You know,
love.
yeah.
Go ahead, Shannon.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you. You probably was
fine.
gonna allude, like get to this point anyway, but I absolutely love that he gave that metaphor of the caterpillar. You know, sometimes when people are not operating in that frequency that you're on, or they're not in that space that you're on, they can't see the full picture. You know what I mean? Like, you could be doing something, you're like, this is something that was put into my spirit. This is something that was given to me. Just like Angie mentioned, her son is a gift. You know, a lot of times we get those gifts through other things that are coming through in our lives. We're not only sometimes birthing actual children, but we're birthing dreams and we're birthing things that are like fed to us. So I love that he put it out there. Like that's why a lot of times you just gotta kind of push past when people can't see it. And sometimes it hurts depending on who it is that's not seeing your vision. But when you blossom into that butterfly and all things make sense, it'll all be worth it. And for you, you're just kind of like, this is what I was telling you all, like, this is what it is. But not everyone is meant to see what you're working on. Not everyone's going to see it until it happens, because a lot of times you're cultivating something. And I feel like that's my word for tonight. You're cultivating
I love
something
it.
that people have never seen before, like your queens. Like I think about it in the perspective of your
Oh,
queens. Like
100%.
there's people who still now to this day will be chatting about it, like they're still not getting it, they're still not understanding, but
The
it's
purpose. Wow.
it's a purpose.
I just got that. Woo.
Listen,
Yes, Mr. E2 Evans. Wow.
right.
I think you just found your passion, Shannon. I think I just found a passion for you. Let me find out that I'm gonna be talking to Deacon Shannon in a couple years.
Listen,
so I
listen. You
mean,
already know something's big. Something major is happening
Listen.
with Shannon. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
I don't know. I listen. You telling me because she over here preaching. I'm over here getting my soul. Like my pastor didn't say this on Sunday. I said, "Oh no, my wait,
Listen.
but wait though. Like let me." And then I look up at the picture that you gave us, Eki, at yet
Every day
last
I look
year's
at it.
Yes,
anniversary with God. All things are possible, and I'm like, dang, like so. Did you saw my $1 million
it's
is
A
coming
hundred
in,
percent.
and then what
possible.
else?
Like
100.
And I think
Listen,
your
I'm
pastor was
trying.
talking about like I didn't take notes, but here felt something about a shift, like a change coming
yeah.
to like.
And literally everything that we're talking about right now, and I think that's why I keep bringing up this weekend, because just like King E2 mentioned, like another pastor who came and spoke at my church also said, like this is that season where if people are not on that level on your frequency, you got to kind of keep going, and also don't stay at your level either, reach higher. So it's like it's a two-way street right now. It's
You
like
can do it. You can
if
do it.
people
You
are
can do
not
it.
there, they don't see it, that's okay. It's no like sweat off your back, whatever it is. Just like the purpose, the quality of Nia, it's like we all are tapping into our own vocations to bring out our traditional greatness. So we all have to get to wherever we need to get to so we can all connect in that sense. So sometimes when you're cultivating cultivating
That's the word. That's the
that's
word.
the word. When you're doing that, you may have to do it in a space of being alone, or it might be one person that you need to connect to. It may be a group of people that you need to connect to. But oh, sorry. But you need to, it all works out for our good. It all works out for the betterment of our community. So
Thank you. Thank you so much. One, I want to have Mickey jump on. Well, like you just ended it. I caught that, the betterment of our community. But before that, really quickly, something that E2 mentioned, he spoke about Malcolm X, who was I don't want to say a beater, but it is a hustler, and then he became one of the greatest leaders of the world. So not knowing, like, it could be somebody maybe who was unfortunately locked up on drugs, and then they become a president or something really big. That's your journey from caterpillar to a butterfly. So trust in that. So I want to have my queen Mickey jump on this question. We got heated on it. On purpose. We got fired up for purpose and creativity. Yes. Mickey, what do you believe or know your life purpose is?
All right, so I do believe that my life's purpose has to deal with working with children in any capacity. Hopefully, and this is my ultimate goal, I would love to work for ACS or any social work organization in the near future. And on a personal note, I would love to be a mom and a wife someday. But for right now, I'm just more so working on like financial stability and growth within myself. So if I had to say my purpose is going to lie from within and what the things I want to accomplish before I pass away. And overall, I just want to be able to say that when my time does come for me to pass away, I want to be able to tell Jesus, tell God that I used all the talents that I had talents that He has given me while I was here on Earth.
Mickey. That was so powerful and sweet and clear, and all of that is coming. That was so sweet. Thank you, Brooklyn Honcho. Better late than never when it comes to understanding
So
knowledge. Absolutely.
thank you, because I definitely didn't hear anything, and I was like,
No, it's all good. It's all good. Thank you, Queens, for sharing. So we're talking Nia and Kuumba, purpose and creativity. If those of you guys who are just tuning in, share this out with your family and friends. We are your queens on our ninth panel discussion. We have our final one on Wednesday for our season one, and we'll be back next year in 2021. God willing, and we just thankful for this time to be able to do this and share with you all. I'm really loving this topic. So I'm going to jump onto question numero dos. Question number 2 is, how has being creative inspired you, especially during these times? And creativity can mean anything for you. How has creativity inspired you, especially during these times? Let us see. Mickey, would you like to jump on this? Go for it.
yes, definitely. When she first said the question, I was like, well, because of my boredom, because of the pandemic, I relearned how to like braid my hair like this again. So tapped back into my creative side, because definitely in high school, I not only learned how to do cosmetology, but I got to intern at a hair salon. So now it's like, all right, you're using those talents that you pushed to the side. And as far as being creative, I guess in terms of my classroom, I have learned different ways to connect with my students. Like total sidebar, I love TikTok again. And just using that platform to connect with my students, because I'm an ELA teacher, it has helped me with some of the students who are like, oh, reading, why am I even here right now? So I'm just like, okay, well, guess what? Let's TikTok our way to you Corvetting and making sure that you're doing this correctly. Thank you. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. And then I make them laugh. Like today we did Jeopardy, y'all, and I we did ELA Jeopardy. Total sidebar note, and I was so nervous. I was like, they're not gonna like it. They're gonna be bored out their mind. But then me being me, they were like, Miss Mills, can we do this again? I'm like, yes, yes, we shall. Thank you very much.
First of all, I'm literally sitting here like I'm having a conversation privately with you. You're cracking me up. And if you guys know, we are commenting on the sideline, telling her, "You're beautiful. You're great. You got this." Oh my gosh, yes. Creativity. I've been able to braid my hair as well, so it's been such a great phenomenon. And Angie also as well, finding those different ways. And I think also it sounds like this time too, even working with your kids has, and we've all experienced that boredom moment. Like every single person I've spoken to during one thing that COVID I realized has done has made us more like authentic, more vulnerable, more open, and just kind of like, yeah, this is what's happening. But while that's happening, it sounds like you've been able to pour more into your students and just by being yourself. You know what I mean? I love that. Next up, Queen Ange. I would like for you to take it next. How has being creative inspired you, especially during these times?
Oh, wow. So I think during COVID, my creativity has come into fruition, like Mickey, in terms of learning how to braid my hair because there was no salon open and I have short hair. And honey, without a perm, that looks crazy. That kitchen was nuts. So I had to figure out something protective style wise to be able to do so. I figured out I YouTube. I asked Miss Eki. I was like, "How do you do this?" And she was like, "It's easy. Just take it and then just start turning it." She's like, "You know what? Do twist first. Do twist before you get to the braids. Twist is easy because you just go like this. But braids, you gotta like go down. So let's start off slow. So I started off slow and then I got me some nice twists. And then after the twist, I went into the braids. So that was like the first time I tapped into my creativity and figured out that I could do something. And then I think my next thing that I tapped into was when we had when we started Your Queens the talks, because I came to you and I told you that we needed to do something during COVID time. And I was like, you were like, just you take it on and you go on camera, you do it. And I was just like, no, not me. I can't go on camera. Like I'm not camera ready. And then I did
That's
the first
exactly how it went.
the first talk I did with you, and we got so much shares, so many likes. People were like, "Oh my god, this is such a good thing!" And I was like, "Oh, I could do this talk show hosting." I was like, "I'm a natural at this." I was like, everybody, Osa was hitting me up and saying, "You did such a." I was like, "Oh my god, I did?" I said, "Oh no." I said, "So let me add this to the repertoire." Anjanae, talk show host, maybe Wendy Williams in the future, you know. So
Yes.
I put that into
Yes.
the thing. And the last thing that I did in terms of my creativity is, if you don't know, world, I am a very much passionate about marketing. I have been trying to get into the marketing field for such a long time. My degrees are in marketing, and it's very hard to do when you have the education but don't have the experience. So I've been tapping into my resources and being able to study on LinkedIn Learning and things of that nature to gain marketing experience, reaching out for internships and things of that nature in order to pursue my dream of becoming a brand marketer within the future. So any people out there who are looking to hire, I'm up and running. So if anybody needs one, there it is. So that's what I've been doing to do my creativity at this time during COVID.
I love it. I love your passion and speaking about it. I'm here 100%. You go, Angie. Practice what you learned on small brands. Oh, I thought you said braids on small brands. It's true. That's a
That's
great tip.
listen, and that is, thank you for that. I'm gonna reach out. Do you need some, you know,
Yeah.
somebody, just to put the link in the
Right?
comments, you know?
Maybe he's talking about, shout out to Iran Network for having us on here, the Ranters Union. We appreciate you. We're out here again. If you guys are just tuning in, we are Your Queens, Your Queens, yourqueens.com, and we teach about African royalty through storytelling, song, and dance. And we are here for Behind the Mic Talk Series. We are talking Kwanzaa, we are talking Nia and Kuumba, purpose and creativity. So I am going to have Queen Shannon take it.
So I promise I'm not
No, you're
going
good. You're good.
not gonna pulpit y'all. But I love creativity. Like I've always loved creativity. I've always loved trying new things. I think that's something else that drew me to like journalism. And when I was in school, I loved video editing. I loved being on the radio. Like I just love anything that is creative and expressive and that is not the traditional sense of being creative. Like I just love those things. So during quarantine, as much as I wanted to tap into my creative side, I don't feel like I tapped into it as much as I wanted to. But I think that was a good thing for me because everyone on this panel knows that I am like I want to do 50 million projects at one time though. Like I don't want them to be separate times. I don't want to put a pause on one for the other one. Like I want to do them all at one time. And you know, that's something that I've always been happy that I'm able to like juggle all these things, going back to the juggling thing. But quarantine for me was really a time to kind of like get inside myself and figure out, okay, what are we doing this for? Why is this important? Like linking it to purpose. Like, what do you actually want to focus on? What do you want to hone in on? What do you want like to pour into more than other things? So for creativity during quarantine, I just kind of put it on the back burner for me, which was kind of hard at first because I wanted to be doing all of these things. And I'm like, well, this is a great time to think of new things because now it's COVID and like nobody can go outside. How can I make things virtual? Like just not even for anything. Like just like, how do I do this? And it's like, girl, nobody asked you for any of these things right now. So I took this time to just rest my creative brain. But now that we're kind of well, I don't know where we're going with the COVID quarantine situation. Like it's up and down every day. But I feel like right now, because I took that time to just focus on where I'm going or what I want to do, my creativity is sparking. Like I've been thinking of things for 2021 and like things that I want to like get involved with or how to do new things or do things that I've been doing in a new way. And even last night, like, honestly, I was driving and I don't know if this has ever happened to anyone, but like this random just like concept hit my brain. So I would just kind of tell y'all, well, basically it was an acronym for something, but the word that I thought it wasn't spelled right when the acronym came out. So I was like, wait, that's not spelled right. But it just kind of hit me and I've been thinking about it all day today because I just think that it's aligning some things that I want to do and what is it? I'll tell y'all offline. But yeah, it's just like those random moments where creativity strikes. And I know like even when I have poems that come into my mind, like sometimes I'll just be in the middle of something and a poem hits me or like a concept for a story hits me, a concept for a poem hits me, and I'm like, oh, I gotta write this down. So I have 50 million started never ending poems and I feel like for 2021, I'm just being called to like, all right, it's time to complete something. Like, take one of these concepts, take one of these ideas, take one of the things that you've been sleeping on and complete it. Now you've built up the foundation in yourself for what you want to focus on. So now it's time to kind of like push that forward. So that's where my creativity been. And I can't say that like everyone else on the panel that I learned how to braid my hair. I don't have the patience for it. Like I have patience for so many things in life, but doing my hair, like let me rephrase that. Braiding my own hair is one I just do not have the patience for. I will spend 6 hours moisturizing my fro, picking it out, flat twisting it. And Mickey has seen me do this. I will spend hours painting my nails, waiting for them to dry. But when it comes to trying to braid my hair, it's just not. It's not my vocation. Let's use some near term. So that's where I'm going with my creativity. During quarantine, I just feel like it was a time to figure out where I want to go. And now it's like propelling me and like I'm so excited to start these different things.
I love it. I love it. Brooklyn Hunter said I would like to be marked for good price.
Marketing. He talking to Angie.
Ooh, marketed. Okay. Brooklyn Honcho, hit up Angie. What's your
Nah,
Gmail?
we gonna hit. We got what's my Gmail? Oh, we gonna hit up the Instagram _Angie.Nicole _Angie.Nicole. That's where you go hit me up from, and then we'll go
Put it
from
in the
there.
comments.
I'll put it in. How you put it in the comments? Oh, got it.
Okay. No worries. Yeah, I love Shannon. It's like I'm hearing there's still creativity happening by sitting still, and then 2021 is gonna be like down. So that's part. I feel like COVID for me definitely sat me still. I was like, hold on, actually you're gonna do this, and then it was like boom, boom, boom. So I feel like I didn't speak of my purpose. There's so many parts to it, but I know one main thing for me is to serve God 100%. And it's to be obedient to him, a very stubbornly obedient person in ways that I'll do things like, okay, he said to do this and I'm gonna trust it. And then, a year later or 2 years later or months later, like, oh, this is why I was being very, very obedient. And when it comes to creativity, that's I'm creativity. I think I'm creative 24/7 all the time. And it's so good. But just even like reflecting on the Kwanzaa principle, to do always as much as we can in the way we can in order to leave our communities more beautiful, beneficial than we inherited it. I feel like that makes, I walk in that space and I'm happy to go through that process, go through that journey. Right away, I'm thinking about one of my students where I think I spoke about her briefly in another panel. And I just met her on day 2. I'm already telling her she walks around with her head down. And she can't help it because special needs class, right? Yeah, she walks around with her head, and it's just natural. Y'all see all of us here, and it's just natural for me. She does about 30 times a day, and I literally just said, "What you looking down for?" I said, "If you're gonna walk around class all the day, you might as well keep your head up." She looked at me like, Okay, fine. And this is what she's doing now. And that's a form of being creative to inspire her in a way to keep her head up, to know that she's beautiful. What's this down thing? And you never know if people are making fun of her or how it is at home or different things like that. So yeah, creativity, Nia, purpose. Anybody else want to jump in, or can I jump into question number 3? Numero tres. Let's go. Number 3, what advice do you have for our audience to walk in your purpose and embrace creativity? Mix, would you like to jump in?
I feel like you're reading
I
my
felt it. I
mind because
felt it.
I definitely was like, oh, okay, let's go. Um, I would definitely say that your journey is your journey, and while it is okay to have people you can confide in, talk to, and they offer their advice, ultimately the decision is yours. Your life is your life. So even when people try to say, "Oh, I don't think you should do that now," or maybe do it later. Well, if you don't do it now, then you are going to do it later, and then later's going to come and you're still not going to do it. You're always going to find some excuse. So walk in your purpose by saying, you know what, I'm doing this for me, and for everyone else, either sounds very kind of mean spirited when I say it, but either they're gonna fall in line with you or they're just gonna kind of fall to the wayside. Sometimes in life, and I know I can only speak for myself, there are things I want to do influence. I was graduating and I really wanted to apply to Pepperdine University. And I had all the criteria for it, down to the GPA, everything. And the only reason why I never applied was because someone had said, "Oh, don't you think that's too far? You know, you're from Brooklyn and you're going to go all the way to California. That's too far." And thinking back on that, I was like, who knows? I could have went to Pepperdine. I could have been living the California life, but because of what they said, and then I was like, oh, well, California to New York, that's completely different. Now look at me. Now I'm in Mississippi. So, yep. Look how the story turned out. And just another note, Shannon was actually the one who ended up reading the fact that I was gonna be in
Yes,
Mississippi.
I remember you telling me
So
that.
just
Wow.
yeah. Shannon read the email. You're right.
So not too late to move to Cali. It's definitely
I
not.
am a, I I am a wanderlust, but now I have other responsibilities. So I'm like, you know what? Before I just move my goddaughter all around the world, I feel like either settle down somewhere or just try and make it stable.
Listen, you never
But you
know.
never know. You might see me
I
in the
love your energy. I love your spirit. Yeah, just follow it. I feel like you're someone that's very on your journey and see very clear of a plan of how you want to move. And even if it detoured, it's like, all right, so we're gonna work on this and make it work. That's it. That was like just great advice for E2, your purpose
yeah.
has call waiting. It will continue to call you and interrupt other any other call until you answer. Wow, my purpose is to teach, heal, and break generational curses. Additional to prophetically elevate my family, friends, community, and myself by unraveling my spirit, creative and academic gifts. Purpose is an individual quest that will involve others along the way. I love that. I want to say that last part again. Purpose is an individual quest. Unraveling my spirit, create. Oh, you guys heard the feedback? A little bit. I thought that was you talking, Shannon. I was like, but you guys, yes, slight technical difficulties today, but either way, I'm here with my sisters, my girlfriends, my queens. We're having a good time. Thank you, E2, for coming on. I definitely say I needed this conversation about creativity and purpose. It puts so many things in perspective. My girl, Melly Mel, peace queen. How are you, my girl from college? Every day is a new day. Oh, she is someone that is so spiritual in line. I would love to connect you guys with her because everything she drops is so powerful. You have never done this day before. So with that being said, there are no mistakes in life. You do the best with the information you have at that time. Yes, don't be so hard on yourself and enjoy your small accomplishments. Yes, enjoy your small. My purpose is to help out my community and people. Thank you. Listen, you bless me daily when I'm on your page, like literally daily, daily. Thank you for being here. Thank you for dropping your knowledge. I hope that this conversation a sparks more faith in you all. Hey, Queens. I hope that it sparks more what's the word? Spark more faith. Walk and be more fearless and know that you have a purpose and not think I don't know it and know that you're already in it. That's the part. You're already doing it. You're already doing it. And it's just continue to put one foot in front of the other in that space. Did we?
And
Oh,
Eki,
go ahead, Angie. Yeah.
Eki, just to piggyback off of that, and also that it's okay if you don't know your purpose yet. You know, a lot of people, for me, I didn't know my purpose until recently, within the last couple of years. But I was so, as Shannon said in her opening, you know, we have this big ideology of what our purpose should be, and we dream so big that we forget about the small accomplishments that we do to get to that purpose. So, like, thinking back now, I'm thinking back at everything that led to me on my journey to where I am today. And I'm like, those small accomplishments, I wish I could have gone back now and celebrated those small accomplishments, because without those small accomplishments, I wouldn't be the person I am today. So I feel like, you know, even though your purpose may not be fully transparent in your mind in terms of what you want to do, it just celebrate that time in terms of you learning what your purpose can be and trying different things and learning different things.
Yeah, 100%. But even like how you reiterated, what is this? Celebrate your wins, the small things now, and not. I found myself like during COVID, I wanted to like get a new car. I need to get a new. In my head, I need to get a new car because of your queens, and we need to have this and all this stuff. But like being very transparent to everybody here, but the funds, I didn't have it to go get a new car. So it's like, Eki, why are you stressing? But then wait, Eki, but you have a car. It's okay. Be thankful in that space of that. And it made me go, oh. And just like how Mel said it, taking it every day is different. Every day is literally a gift. And it doesn't matter what it looks like to anybody else. And even someone I don't even like to speak on, y'all know, don't speak on negativity. But if people don't like it, that's their issue. It's your journey. It's your path. And as long as you bring God, the universe creator, will orchestrate the right people to you. Not going to say every day is peachy and positive all the time. That's the goal. You know, we know how to. And even when we get through our moments, you know how to shift because you're walking in your purpose. Or like Angie said, you may not know what it is. Don't beat yourself. Never beat yourself up. Never give up. Excuse me. Shannon, did you jump on this question?
I didn't, but
Go right ahead.
like,
I'm
honestly,
like, we're vibing.
no, it's so good. Like this conversation has been really good, and it's just like I feel like every conversation has just kind of confirmed something for me, or affirmed and confirmed things for me. So I just feel like my simple advice, and I'm really gonna say this. This is really gonna be simple. I promise you. My simple advice for walking in your purpose, and just acting out your creativity is just being in tune with your authentic self. I really feel like that's something that we've been saying throughout all of our panel discussions and all of these different topics that we've been having. It kind of all just kind of boils down to being your authentic self. Walking in your faith, if that's where you're moving, or walking into whatever, any like project that's downloaded into you, any feeling that you're feeling. Like Miss Eki just said, not every day is peachy keen. Like honestly, this weekend on Saturday, I was having like one of those days. I was just like, oh my gosh, like the world is gonna end. It's today. Like everything's over, based on something that happened earlier in the day. But it just kind of like sunk me in all day. But that's okay too. You're not going to be happy all the time, and it's okay. We aspire to be happy and joyful all the time and spread light, but some days we have to just kind of like go inward. So I think all of those things play into each other. Just really, if you get a creative idea, run with it. try to see where it'll take you. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But now you can say that you tried it. You felt it out, and even with your purpose, like Angie said, we sometimes we don't know what our purpose is. Or sometimes you think you know what your purpose is, and then something else happens in your life and you're like, oh snap, maybe this is what my purpose is now. I literally just went through that a few months ago when I made a career change, which not only for me feels like a career change, but it feels like a life shift happens for me just by making that one leap that looks professional. And for a lot of people I know, they probably just think I changed the job, but this was bigger than a job for me. Like, this was a testament of like me taking a leap and leaping without fear. And I really considered my choices, but I realized that now I took that leap and I'm in a place where it's just like I get confirmation all the time that it was meant for me to do that. It was meant to happen. So just be you, whatever you're feeling, just try to figure out why you're feeling that way and what you can do with those feelings. Sometimes those feelings are meant to kind of just stay internal. Sometimes they're meant for you to put them out in an external way, being creative or sharing an idea with someone else. Like, sometimes I get thoughts that I'm like, I don't think this is for me. This might be for somebody else. So I'm gonna like try to tell them about it and maybe they can do something with it. But that's really all it is. It's like being in tune with yourself. And I feel like for me, that has made my pathway to purpose clearer, is me just really being me, living for me, doing things for me. And like Mickey said, you have others that go on the journey with you, and like you may express yourself to them or whatever you're feeling, but this is your journey. So at the end of the day, you take the advice, you take what you can, and whatever you can't take, just leave it there and keep progressing in yourself. But it's about you. Like, you are the root of your purpose. You and God. Like, for me, it's me and God. Like, those are the roots of my purpose. So you just have to like know you to be able to make that journey.
Yeah. He said something. He said, "Make the pathway to your purpose clearer." Yo, and Shannon over here preaching, Angie.
It's not me. It's the church from this weekend. It's not me.
Shannon, it's not the church.
It's
Listen, it's you. It's
Yeah.
you.
Oh no.
The pathway to your purpose clearer. Yeah, Queens, this has been a great conversation. Thank you, E2, for coming in. We will have you back another time. We don't know how this live goes. Sometimes it goes in, sometimes it goes out, and we're flowing. We're having a good time, So thank you for being here. Thank you so much, Mel, as well, for tuning in. We appreciate you. One word. Once you find your purpose, you will betray it. Or, ooh, dang! Hopefully, we all pick the lather. Did you just make that up? That's, yeah. Shannon is like done. Because sometimes we may be afraid of it. And you're like, yeah, no, that's it. We'll make excuses. A lot of times people, we make excuses all the time, even sometimes small or big, and we don't even know, and then we want to justify the excuses. Do you know that you all are great and powerful and wonderful? You can accomplish anything you put your mind to.
Y'all over here just like, I just was transparent with you and told you that, but the church blew my mind, and now I'm gonna come into it.
Yeah, I'm here like I needed this today.
I literally just like went to what E2 said, like even in that moment of like figuring out if you're gonna betray it or fulfill it, like a lot of times your true call and purpose will not leave you alone. Even when you try to ignore it, it will not leave you alone. So
that part,
man,
it will not leave you alone.
Renters Union. That's my new affirmation. So I just copy paste it, and I'm about to put it on my bulletin board so I can stare at that every
That
day.
was a word.
So that I could actually, I got two buckets now. So I'm gonna put betray it, and I'm gonna put fulfill it, and then I'm gonna put all my stuff underneath it and see which one comes to fruition. That's what we're gonna do now. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
And something else really quick that you said, and it just left my mind just that quick, but I know what I was connecting it to. There's a quote that I posted that someone posted that I saw in my story, and it was basically about procrastination. And like it said, procrastination, this is not the exact word, so don't quote me, but it said it along the lines of, when we procrastinate, it's our arrogance or feeling privileged that God's going to give us the time to do it another time. Like, when I read that, I just literally I just turned off the lights. I just sat in the dark. I was like, Am I that arrogant that I think God is gonna give me another chance? Oh my gosh. But I literally think about the times that I procrastinate and I'm like, wow. That's really what I think. I'm like, oh, it's all gonna work out. So I'll just like do it another time. But it's like, how do you know that you're gonna get that other time to do it?
Ooh.
As
Yeah.
I still procrastinate on things, but you know, it's
Listen, it's a process,
wow.
it's a journey, yeah. But we're speaking it. I'm here for that. I had to turn off the
No.
light and sit down in the dark. I felt that. I felt that. We got a queen.
But you know what else?
Go ahead. Now I want
Oh,
to read her comment real quick from
I was
Barbara
gonna
Hernandez. It said elevation only take place with change. Don't be afraid. Walk by faith and not by sight. Thank you, Queen Barbara. We love you. Go right ahead, Mickey. I apologize.
oh no wait. No worries. I was gonna say when Shannon said that, it was like, oh, like when you think about it in retrospect, you're like, dang, how dare me to deny myself or deny God of what He's trying to tell me because I want to waste my time, my energy, because I rather just sit and take a moment. And then in the other retrospect, something that Miss Ecky had said, something about excuses. I remember this quote from excuses are the tools of the weak and the incompetent. And for me, it's just something to hear when you hear it out loud. It's like, oh, you're calling me weak, you're calling me incompetent. I know I'm not those things. So therefore, why do I give excuses? And it's just interesting to see how we always say, yes, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, etc. But all these excuses and they're leading to nothingness. And then if you take it internally, it's like you're basically being weak right now because you're giving me all these excuses without execution. And when you do that, you are just preparing yourself to continue on this cycle of, I'll do this whenever, I'll do this someday. No, someday might not be tomorrow. You might not even live to see tomorrow. So do it now. And it's always easier said than done. But
Yeah,
yeah, I
me too.
really
We're
enjoyed this
dropping
talk.
some gems
Clearly.
today. Y'all know how it is. Like after I hear something great, I'm ready to fly. It's a wrap for me for this whole week. It's
I just
going.
feel I just feel like Mickey just read me. Like I just feel like I just got read by Mickey. And I like it wasn't even personal. It was just her dropping some gems. And I'm over here like, did I just get read really quickly about this?
Nah, girl. I read myself because I know I got some grades to do, and I've been working on it. But uh-uh.
And
Listen,
then you
read
read
for
me
Mm-mm.
real.
with that with your accent too. So I feel even more upset. Like you didn't even give me the Brooklyn accent. You gave me the Mississippi accent. So I'm just like, dang, they calm down there. So you know that means she really just gave me the business.
Thank you, Mickey.
See, I tell Shannon and Miss Becky this all the time. They tell me I got a southern accent. So now I'm like, nah, I gotta come back to Brooklyn, real quick. Forget about gentrification, but that's a different type of conversation.
We
No,
love you.
I just want my Brooklyn accent back. Like I want my Tims and I want the
Gone,
oxtail gravy
girl.
rice.
You done
That's
came to the
it.
South, honey. Welcome. We welcome you with open arms.
All right, yeah. We could keep going. This was amazing. I wanna share. Let's close out. Thank you again for those who tuned in today. We feel like we just had a vibe in our conversation with my girlfriends, my queens, my sisters. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll be back on Wednesday. Y'all have to share this out. Wednesday is I already know it's going to blow our minds. We're talking faith. We are talking faith in your goals and dreams, faith in love, faith in family, faith in yourself, whatever that is, and that journey of that. But before we leave out, I want to close this out with one word. And you can write also in the comments one word. Yes, one word that we can, this is so heart fulfilling. We can take from this. Who has a word? Who want to go first? Go right ahead, Angie.
I'm still in there. I'm sorry, Shannon, because you've been giving me it today. Cultivating, okay? You've been saying that, cultivating. So that is my word.
I'm here for it. Yes. Shan seconds that as well.
That's the word.
That's
That's
the
it.
word.
Cultivate.
Cultivate. I love that. Mickey. I had, I'm cheating. I had two words pop in my spirit, so I'm gonna go for it. And it was kindness and consistency. That's what I got. That's what came up for me was kindness
Consistency. Yeah.
and consistency. Mickey.
Yeah. As I looked at the sky, I was like, I wonder what my word is going to be. But I looked on my wall. I would say my word is strength. Have the strength to do what I need to do when I need to do it, and to just live fearlessly and purposely for me, and to just handle my responsibility.
Yeah,
Strength.
that's a full balance, full circle. Cultivation, we have strength, kindness, we have Rance's unit, intention. Yeah.
Intention.
Mm.
I love that word. And just like a quick tidbit,
Yeah.
I called 2020 my year of intention. Like before we knew what was gonna happen, we didn't know none of this was happening. But I went into 2020 when we crossed over into 2020. I said this is gonna be my year of intention, and I said I want to do everything with purpose and intention. If it does not make sense, it's not for me. So 2020 hit us hard, but I feel like for a lot of us, not just me, like we got clarity in being paused and sat down, and like we're moving, a lot of people are moving with intention, and some, and you mentioned them as Eki too, like that transparency, like people are just kind of like, this is how I feel, this is what it is, this is what we're gonna do, like that intention.
100%. My girl Mel said, I am. Yep, it's my word. I am. Either good or bad, whatever follows, I am will determine what and who you become. Mel, we're going to have you up here for season 2 next year. You already know that we're going to have you up here for season 2 to maybe even talk about creativity and purpose. We'll connect. Hi, y'all. We have come to the end of our Behind the Mic talk series with your queens. Thank y'all for joining us today on this conversation. I felt so relaxed and just full of light and love and peace, all that stuff. But we'll be back on Wednesday. Share this out with your family and friends. Wednesday, we're talking Imani. And then save the date because we have a special Kwanzaa presentation on December 26th from 5 to 7, where you'll see us dressed in our royal garb and talking about each of our Kwanzaa principles and about the year that we reign and our amazing, amazing story. Thank you all again. YourQueens.com on social media, Your Queens Inc., Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff. We are here for you. Thank you to my beautiful panel, Shannon Nia Lattimore, Hanji Hanjane, and McQuavon Mills. I love you, queens. Have a beautiful night. Thank you.